Let me start now. Nominal T method, nominal T network for ABCD constants. You know that this is one of the medium line. Medium line is T network and pi network. Here for nominal T method, how do you find ABCD constants? We know that we have taken the circuit here. This is T method. Here the whole impedance of the line is divided into two equal parts. One is Z by 2 on sending side and the other Z by 2 on receiving side. And mid of the here the capacitance is there. The voltage across the capacitance is denoted by V1. You can see here the circuit. IR is the current flowing through the receiving end, and here so IS is the current flowing at the sending end. The current directions and voltages are as shown in the diagram. Just have a look here. So what we are supposed to find? We have to find ABCD constant of this particular line. We know that, see, looking at the circuit, first we have to write down what is Vs is equal to. That same way what I have taught you in short line, same way I have to proceed here. Vs is equal to, this voltage Vs is equal to V1, the voltage across this plus this voltage. That is voltage across this plus voltage across this will give me Vs. That I have written here. Vs is equal to V1 plus the current into impedance. Current is Is, the impedance is Z by 2. So Is into Z by 2. Now what is V1 is equal to? You can see here, please concentrate on only on this particular capacitor. Voltage across this is V1. Okay, now what is this V1 in turn is given by? This V1 is nothing but voltage across this plus voltage across this impedance. Voltage across this is at the receiving end, the voltage is VR. So VR plus IR into Z by 2 is actually V1. That I have written here. VR plus IR into Z by 2. Then what is IS? IS is equal to IC plus IR. IC plus IR here. That I have written here. IC plus IR into Z by 2. In place of IS, IC plus IR into Z by 2. Same way, we have separated the term VR, IR as it is have written here. This IC, the current can also be given by V1 into admittance. That is here. V1 into Y plus IR into Z by 2. So as it is. Now separating the terms VR plus IR by Z, IR into Z by 2 have taken same way. That V1, we have expressed V1 in terms of VR. See, V1 is also given by VR plus IR into Z by 2. That I have written here. Into the admittance, IR into Z by 2. So just VR as it is, just separating the terms and multiplying VR into Z by 2 into Y. I have taken this side all VR and this side IR. IR into Z by 2, IR Z by 2 Y. Same way, it's continued. Now VR, if I take it common, 1 plus Y Z by 2. Then IR, if I take common, Z plus Z square 4 into Y. So now this is the equation for Vs. This, after getting Vs expression, I have to compare this with ABCD constants equation. That is Vs is equal to A into VR plus B into IR. Now in place of A you have 1 plus Y Z by 2. In place of B you have Z plus Z square by 4 into Y. So this is how you can find the parameters A and B. Now let us proceed with the current. Similarly, how to find for current? How to find this current? Is is equal to IC plus IR. What is IC? IC is given by V1 into admittance. V1 by Z is this Y. So now V1 into Y, it's equivalent to I by Z. I is equal to V by Z. It's equivalent to V1 into Y plus IR. What is IR? IR is nothing but IR itself. Now in place of V1, I can write V1 is also given by VR plus IR into Z by 2 into admittance plus IR. Now VR, just separate the term, VR plus IR YZ by 2 plus IR. Now VR plus, if I take IR is common, IR 1 plus y z by 2. Now if I compare this equation with ABCD parameter equation, that is 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 equal to C into VR plus D into IR. Now in place of C we have 1 and in place of D we have 1 plus YZ by 2. This is how. So now I can write C is equal to 1 whereas D is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. This is how we can find ABCD constants in nominal T network.